この時を待っていました。行きたい。鬼神の力味わうがいい。鬼神の力味わうがいい。SG 力を貸して。一人がいや1位ですか？よくわからないですけど。
After many attempts, new strategies, and a lot of failed SG radar procs, I finally achieved first place on the EX map on the Lexington server, as of right now. I suspect my score will soon be beaten, but I'll at least savor it while I can. If you're curious how I got this score, I'll go over my equipment setup, the reasoning behind it, and the exact method I used during the boss fight itself. The 3 Vanguard ships I used are Jinsu, Helena, and Ayanami. I gave Jinsu the purple 150. I started out using the gold 155 or bell gun, but I decided to switch to this as I felt the DPS was better when I got Jinsu's EX barrage. She also has a 610 quad torpedo since it's the highest DPS. Helena has the triple 155 and the twin 127 destroyer gun. I tried a lot of different setups with giving each one of the Vanguard ships an autoloader, but I ended up giving it to Helena. With it, she gets the EX barrage just before a radar scan procs, which I needed to clear the first set of ships in time for the boss to be scanned. Last in the Vanguard is Ayanami. She has the twin 127 and 610 torpedo. Most notable is that she doesn't have the Type 93 pure oxygen torpedo. Though it is a really good auxiliary equipment to boost her torpedo stat, it is actually not needed, so taking it off greatly decreases the fleet power, which increases the score. For the main fleet ship, I did not include an equipment screenshot because I did not really use one. I would have done the map without a main fleet ship if it was possible. However, I had to end up using Soru because she was the lowest level main fleet ship I had, which also met the map requirements at level 52 with the lowest fleet power at 1151. So for anyone trying to replicate this setup, use your lowest level ship that's greater than level 51. The formation positions are also important. Ayanami needs to be in the first slot, followed by Jinsu, then Helena. This has to do with the order in which torpedoes are fired, and for my strategy, I needed Ayanami to fire first, followed by Jinsu. Next I'll be showing screenshots of each step in the fight. You want to destroy the first wave of pawns, starting from the top and then moving downward. And try to dodge in between the 2 suicide boats, while doing damage to the middle pawn. After killing the 3rd pawn, the knights will show up. Ideally, you want to proc Ayanami's supernatural skill somewhere around this point. With my setup, Jinsu gets her barrage here at the 45-second mark. I try to hit all 3 knights as best I can with it. Ayanami will get her barrage at the 43-second mark, and I try to hit the top knight with every bullet. Lastly, Helena barrage will proc at the 40-second mark, and should kill off the last knight. When killing the last knight, you want to be moving toward it, as if to be ramming it, but be slightly north of it, as this will put you in the best position to fire torpedoes at the purifier. When the boss spawns, the Vanguard should be around this location. It is a little hard to see, but at the 39-second mark, Demon Dance and Radar Scan should proc. I went straight forward from the previous picture, and I'm very slightly north of the boss spawn, more in line with the purifier's body than the machine she is riding on. This is the ideal location to fire torpedoes because every single one will hit except for the outermost Demon Dance torpedoes. With the Demon Dance and Ayanami's torpedoes, the boss is already below 70 bars of health. Immediately after Ayanami, I fire Jinsu's torpedoes and they should deal around 10 to 20 bars of health. Ideally, you want to break or stop the boss's progress bar. This will stun it and set up Ayanami's second set of torpedoes. Since the Vanguard has passed the line, they will retreat backwards. Move them backwards to speed this up, and then move them forward again, staying in line with the boss still. For Ayanami's second set of torpedoes, you want to aim for the same location in front of the boss. However, you'll be further back since you don't have enough speed to make it all the way up to the boss. You should be able to hit at least half of the torpedoes and finish off the boss with enough luck. Here I'll play the fight again in slow motion so you can see all the steps in action.
了がいい。力を貸してトリガー。
Though this guide has a very specific setup, I hope it will give anyone some ideas or tips on getting a high score for this EX map. I'd like to thank a couple people who in my comments and live stream chats helped me come up with some strategies. There's Zerky and Mr. Gearbear 2000, as well as Umut and Sax for keeping me entertained during some of my early attempts. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.